Tonight, is the price of war about to hit home? The Reserve Bank to decide if it'll lift interest rates as the last dirty fuel leaves Brisbane. Off the wagon and out of the watch house, why former Queensland star Chris Walker has been banned from his home. Our red heart turns green. Floods put on a once-in-a-25-year show just in time for the Easter break. A minute-by-minute battle, an update on a Queensland fireman fighting for life. Why Queensland kids could live 5 years fewer than their parents. So would Ozempic help? And from Nudgy to Hollywood's Night of Nights, the special guest, Jacob Elordi, took to the Oscars.
Live across Queensland, this is 7 News with Max Futcher.
Good evening. The war could be about to cause a bigger economic hit than COVID. More than 2/3 of analysts now agree a rate rise is coming tomorrow as the petrol crisis fuels inflation and uncertainty.
The final exports of higher sulphur petrol loading at Ampol's Brisbane refinery today before those supplies are redirected to petrol-starved rural Australia.
We'll be getting that petrol out to people as quickly as we possibly can.
We want Australian fuel working for Australians. And this government has absolutely failed to achieve that.
The government says that's about to happen. The official paperwork now done, allowing the export fuel to be redirected within a week, along with another 760 million litres released today from national reserves.
We're working round the clock to make sure that we can get the supplies where they need to be right across Australia.
As prices at the Bowser go through the roof. Since America's war with Iran began, world oil prices have risen by 30 cents a litre, but Australian petrol prices have jumped by 58 cents. That's sent inflation higher, putting pressure on the Reserve Bank. Market predictions of a rate hike tomorrow have skyrocketed from 0 the day the war started to 71% today.
And markets are expecting 3 rate rises this year, one tomorrow, one in May and one after that.
The war's now expected to fire inflation back towards 5% this year, way above the Reserve's target of below 3. Manufacturers warning today that if the war drags on, Australian consumers could be hit by a price shock to rival the COVID crisis.
Homegrown inflation in this country is raging.
And so is the blame game.
We just have towns with no fuel, Murray, and it's...
Barnaby, you agreed to store our fuel in Texas.
Fueling a political firestorm. The government says the extra fuel from the reserve should start flowing straight away and the redirected export supplies later this week or early next, assuring motorists that once that export fuel is blended with domestic supplies, the sulphur content will still be just 1/3 of what it was under the old standards that were only phased out 3 months ago. All that extra supply being poured into the system over the next couple of weeks should put a lid on prices at the Bowser, and the ACCC will be burning the midnight oil to ensure drivers aren't getting unfairly thumped at the petrol pump. Max?
Mark Riley in Canberra. Former Queensland League great Chris Walker has faced a Gold Coast court charged with multiple domestic violence offences. The 46-year-old father was granted bail this afternoon. With strict conditions, he's banned from going home and from drinking alcohol.
From wearing the Maroons jersey
Walker's going for the corner,
to landing in court in prison greens. Chris Walker given a change of clothes as he walked from the watch house after a weekend behind bars.
Police have charged a 46-year-old Currumbin Waters man with several domestic violence offences.
The father was arrested on Saturday night, allegedly after an outburst that escalated when he went searching for his ex-wife. Police say he tried to hide from them.
Why were you running from police?
He's concerned for everyone, but he's doing well. That's it for now, thanks.
Family? His charge sheet includes 3 counts of common assault, stalking and willful damage. The court told his behaviour is deeply concerning, but he is remorseful. He is horrified, his lawyer said. He's fallen off the wagon. The past 2 weeks have been particularly difficult. After an off-field career spanning 12 years, the 46-year-old has recently struggled with alcohol.
Well, I should be not drinking, but I'm going to be drinking.
The co-owner of a vodka label, he's promised to go to rehab.
Follow me.
to stop drinking and to stay away from the family home in exchange for freedom.
Will your client be pleading guilty?
No questions at this stage, thanks.
The court heard about all the good Walker has been doing too, his extensive charity work, his role in raising $3 million in 3 years. Ironically, charities helping people overcome drugs and alcohol. Amanda Abate, 7 News.
The conflict in the Middle East could be over in weeks. That's according to US officials, as a new war of words fires up over the Strait of Hormuz. And there is deepening mystery tonight over the whereabouts of Iran's new supreme leader.
With every new missile launched from Iran, a swift and devastating response from America. While Donald Trump launches verbal airstrikes from Air Force One.
We've essentially defeated Iran. They want to negotiate badly. I don't think they're ready.
The Iranians firing back.
No, we never asked for a ceasefire, and we have never asked even for negotiation.
But it's the Strait of Hormuz that remains a political battleground. Iran's PR video showing its deadly intent as President Trump ratchets pressure, especially on NATO countries, to join his naval coalition.
Whether we get support or not, but I can say this, and I said it to them, we will remember.
With Australian Air Force planes already in the region, questions on whether our ships and sailors will be asked to follow.
It's something we're not contributing to. I'm not aware of whether there's an ask.
And with still no sighting of Iran's new supreme leader, Kuwaiti media reporting he's in Russia, taken by a Russian military plane for successful surgery because of the impossibility of treating him while Iran was under attack. That as Iran's missiles continued to penetrate Israeli airspace. We watched one smash into Tel Aviv today. A cluster bomb, no one killed. So close to our hotel, we beat the ambulances there.
Iran is playing the long game here, trickling out these drone and missile attacks across the region and, of course, strangling the Strait of Hormuz. They've effectively been planning for this war for more than 40 years.
But Israel is set for the long haul too. The war has overwhelming support here.
Mr. Lapid, Chris Reason, good to meet you.
Israel's opposition leader and former Prime Minister Yair Lapid claims the war was the only way to roll a regime determined to destroy his country.
I mean, think of Australia before Bondi Beach. If you had an opportunity to stop this father and son, would you do it? Yes.
He's unapologetic on the regional conflict, oil and trade chaos, insisting Iran would have sparked a nuclear war.
Is it worth it?
Can you imagine what would a nuclear war do to energy prices, to the stock market? You know what? The standard of living of the people of Australia.
In Lebanon, with a death toll up to 850, reports that peace talks will start in days. Too late for this family. All 4 daughters killed, the eldest 13. The father... Israel says it's targeting infrastructure, he says. Where is the infrastructure?
Well, Chris Reason is in Tel Aviv. Chris, you have breaking news from the Israeli Defence Force.
Good evening, Max. In the last hour, the IDF has released a statement saying that its 91st Galilee Division has now begun a major expansion in through southern Lebanon, pushing out that buffer zone it's built through the south of that country. Meanwhile, the government here has announced a major call-up of reservists, 450,000 of them expected to join that operation in Lebanon. Donald Trump's call-out, though, for nations to join his naval coalition hasn't been enthusiastically embraced. UK, Japan and Australia all reluctant. Mr. Trump says they've approached 7 countries. They haven't identified exactly which ones.
Chris Reason in Tel Aviv. The partner of a Logan firefighter knocked unconscious in a pub fight says his recovery is now a minute-by-minute battle. As he remains in a coma, she's struggling to comprehend why he was targeted so violently.
As a firefighter, Benjamin Apagremiotis spent his days protecting lives. Now he's in a battle for his own.
It's not something that you would expect to just end up how it ended when you go out just to have a relaxing time with your family.
The father of 2 was at the pub when an argument inside a toilet spilled onto the streets. He and another man feuding about a sink before Ben was knocked out.
I could panic or I could try and just make sure that he's okay. So I just kind of go into protector mode.
His alleged attacker was charged and later freed on bail. 6 days on, Ben is still in a coma.
There shouldn't be anyone left laying like this over something so small, something so trivial.
Even if Ben does wake from his coma, he may never have his old life back. Doctors have warned his family he could require round-the-clock care.
He will be back. He's very determined.
The fire department says the attack has come as a shock to everyone across the service. A GoFundMe has been set up to support Ben's recovery. Michael Hammond, 7 News.
Hundreds of people who work with children have had their blue cards revoked in Queensland. State political editor Marlena Wapp is at Parliament House. Marlena, the crackdown includes childcare centres and schools.
Yeah, Max, there's a long list of places where blue card holders have been investigated due to tougher laws. 550 cards have been suspended in the past 6 months. 275 have been revoked. Those blue card holders worked in childcare centres, schools, churches, sporting organisations, gyms and play facilities. The Attorney-General says suspensions can be triggered by allegations of sexual abuse and violence. She says that 269 people also had their applications rejected.
You can rest easy knowing that there is at least a stronger check through the blue card system.
There are more than 1 million blue card holders across the state, Max.
Marlena Wapp at State Parliament. Well, they say every cloud has a silver lining, and for tourism operators in the state's flood-affected west, recent rain could mean big tourism dollars. Longreach is looking lush, with locals hoping the green change will lead to a bumper Easter break.
Not dry, dusty or barren, but bursting with colour. The state's wet west transforming red dirt country into a green and vibrant outback oasis.
This is just amazing. The environment's on steroids. I've not seen grass this thick and diversity of nature like this for 26 years.
At Longreach, floodwaters are starting to slowly recede. The Thompson River peaked at 6.16 metres last night, but most homes, businesses and livestock have been spared.
It was a good flood, no damage in the town.
I'm sure it's very relieving for almost everybody in town, as the predictions were pretty dire.
Now, council and tourism operators are optimistic the inland ocean will leave the bush in full bloom and spark a bumper Easter break.
The landscape will be like never before. The wildflowers, the bird life, and all the roads are open. It's like a carpet of green. It's something that so many people should get out and see, because you won't see it again for a long, long time.
But some would-be visitors have already halted their travel plans, concerned with the availability of fuel.
We've just had some road trains arrive yesterday and today into Longreach, topping up the tanks.
If you've planned to come out here this year, please don't cancel. We need that economical boost. We actually need your support.
A boost is on the way for flood-affected farmers further north at Julia Creek. Trucks filled with cattle feed are coming from interstate. Liam Bland, 7 News.
And Tony Auden, once again, we're watching a potential tropical cyclone.
Yes, Max, a low is now likely to hit the coast north of about Cooktown by late Thursday or Friday. The Bureau has given it a 60% chance of becoming a weak tropical cyclone. We have some confidence in the path, and this is one reason why. It's the Google DeepMind AI forecast model. Each dot here shows a potential scenario as the week progresses, and this tight grouping of possible forecast paths gives us some confidence that this forecast could be correct. Almost every dot crosses the coast north of Cooktown. But as always, things can change in the tropics. Max, I'll be back soon with the forecast.
Thanks, Tony. Brisbane-born Hollywood star Jacob Elordi has missed out on an Oscar but wowed red carpet photographers by taking his mum as his date. Sadly, it wasn't meant to be for any of our Australian hopefuls, as an action thriller comedy took out Best Picture.
Leo, straight ahead, what's up? When it comes to the Oscars, it's the who's who of Hollywood. And this year, Australia sent in a strong cast.
I'm so proud of our countrymen and women.
Rose Byrne stunned in Christian Dior, a nominee for Best Actress.
My sisters came in from Sydney and Melbourne. So happy to be here. it's amazing. Finally.
Brisbane's Jacob Elordi made it a family affair, his mum by his side. So too for Australian production designer Fiona Crombie.
It's a total honour. I've got my family here, so I've got my kids here.
And Joel Edgerton, the star of Train Dreams, all our homegrown talent flying the flag at the 98th Academy Awards.
We're overachievers.
Stars on the carpet and in the show. Rose reunited with her bridesmaids.
Oh, this one's from me.
Flexing her comedic talent.
The eye contact is too much. I'm thinking of leaving. I'm very uncomfortable. Sincerely, Leonardo DiCaprio. I apologise. I have been staring at you. I thought you were somebody else.
It turned out to be a night of reunions when Harry met Sally, Marvel and Moulin Rouge.
All you need is love.
Deja vu for the host. Funny man Conan O'Brien back fronting the marathon show.
This is how all Oscars will be handed out tonight.
It is the finale of award season, the ultimate A-list pat on the back as Hollywood's highest honour is handed out to the best of the best.
And the nominees are...
Australia's dreams of Oscar glory dashed. Jacob Elordi overlooked for his role in Frankenstein, Byrne losing out to Hamnet's Jessie Buckley.
My family, my Irish family, they're all here. Ireland bought them flights.
Sinners star Michael B. Jordan winning Best Actor in the tightly fought category.
Yeah, Mama, what's up?
And Best Picture,
One battle after another.
Leonardo DiCaprio's film taking the night's top honour. But it's not over yet. Win or lose, the next fashion parade has just begun as stars make their way to the after party. In Hollywood, Miley Hogan, 7 News.
Stranded on one of the southeast's highest summits, 6 young hikers saved after getting lost in the scenic rim. Details next. They were warned not to go out to sea. A tragic end to the search for 3 missing fishermen. What's in a name? Controversy over the Glasshouse Theatre.
And in sport, I'll wrap up round 2 of the NRL, including where it's all gone wrong for the Broncos.
The extreme online beauty obsession, taking body modification to the next level.
This is really the era of social media influencers.
The special report every parent needs to see.
It's not just with their daughters, they might need to speak to their sons.
7 News coming up.
6 teenagers have been rescued after becoming lost on Mount Barney in the scenic rim. Rachel Baxter is following this story. Rachel, they spent the night stranded.
Yeah, that's right, Max. The hikers, all aged 18 and 19, were winched one by one during a rescue operation this morning. Authorities say the group became lost during a 12-kilometre hike yesterday and made the call to police for help around 5 p.m. Due to the difficult terrain and lack of light, the decision was made for the group to stay on the mountain overnight, with the rescue effort commencing when conditions improved. They did have access to food and water, and thankfully no one was injured. This follows a tragic incident yesterday where an 18-year-old Alexandra Hills woman was killed after falling 90 metres from Mount Biwa. Max.
Thanks, Rachel. The bodies of 3 experienced fishermen have been recovered off South Australia's limestone coast. Locals say they had warned the trio not to go out to sea in the rough conditions. Their wrecked boat has been salvaged with debris strewn across the beach. The Crisafulli government has been accused of running a sham public consultation vote to name QPAC's Glasshouse Theatre. Right to information documents reveal the Arts Minister secretly decided on the name before asking Queenslanders to have their say.
Naming his picks for the Oscars,
The 98th Oscars are on. Let's see how we go with our predictions.
but taking the spotlight today, how QPAC's $184 million new theatre was named.
A complete sham.
Right to information documents revealing the Arts Minister approved the name for the Glasshouse Theatre in February last year, 2 months before the government launched a public vote.
The names that we've got are Glasshouse, Lantern, Russell Street and Watershed.
42% of people agreed with the name Glasshouse.
The government also rejected a recommendation from QPAC's former First Nations advisory group to name the theatre after renowned Aboriginal poet Oodgeroo Noonuccal.
It's an insult to the legacy of Oodgeroo Noonuccal and to her family.
The Premier defending the decision yesterday.
The name is fitting of what that facility is.
The Attorney-General making it clear today.
It's a glass house. It is made of glass. The building is made of glass. It's made of glass, and I can't be any more transparent than that.
The Attorney-General, who's also the Minister for Integrity, denies any secrecy was involved and says she's comfortable with the naming process.
John Paul Langbrook should be answering questions about this today.
Instead, he left that job with Deb Frecklington. Marlena Wapp, 7 News.
Imagine being stuck in a school traffic jam 4 times a day. The reality of pick up and drop off for parents at Pollara. That's next. A special moment for Queen Mary at the War Memorial before a rousing reception. He broke the NRL's try-scoring record. Now, a statue for Alex Johnston. And later, the magical world of Brisbane's tiny doors. Four men accused of a brutal stabbing outside a Brisbane gym have been ordered to stand trial for murder. A corpus today played graphic footage of the moment Levi Johnson was killed in a daylight ambush at Mansfield in 2022. Witnesses gave evidence they saw a man wielding a knife before the attack. The alleged killers will remain in custody ahead of their Supreme Court date. She's the leader of the brave Iranian soccer players who decided to stay in Australia. But tonight, the captain of the team gave up her visa after threats to her mother. Just 2 players remain in Brisbane.
Perhaps the start of a new life. The youngest of the Lionesses who were offered asylum, Fatima Pasandida, with FIFA's head of football in Hamilton today, saying everything will be fine, while another teammate heads back to Iran.
We want to keep them safe here, but we also understand the pressure they've been put under from the regime.
Overnight, Captain Zara Ganbari left Australia. Iran International reporting Ganbari's mother was being used to threaten her.
There was voice messages from our understanding of using her mother.
Activists say videos too. They also claim a staff member infiltrated the group, then convinced some to change their minds. Australian authorities have no evidence to support those claims.
We can't remove the context in which these players are making incredibly difficult decisions.
Of the 7 women who stayed, 5 have now left.
Just 2 players remain here in Queensland. Supporters are hoping they will stay and say now is the time for calm after such a public fight to keep them safe.
While their teammates wait in Malaysia to return to their war-torn homeland. Jade Richards, 7 News.
Stuck in a traffic jam 4 times a day. That's the frustrating reality for parents in Pollara after the opening of a new school campus. Fed up commuters in the growing suburb are calling for action, and they're concerned the chaos will lead to a deadly collision.
2:46 in the afternoon, school's out for the day in Pollara, but parents are stuck sitting bumper to bumper, winding down the road and around the corner. There's more than 70 vehicles in this queue.
A lot of anxiety. You definitely need to accept that the traffic's here and be willing to take the beasting.
Father of 2, Chad Redgewell, takes it on 4 times a day. He starts by dropping Lily at Pollara State School's new junior campus before hitting more traffic to take Charles down the road to the senior school.
By the time Charles gets to class, he'll have 3 minutes spare.
That's on a good morning. The afternoon's worse.
Always get late for work.
It's definitely gotten a lot worse.
After the new junior school opened in January, it's only 2 kilometres away from the campus for years 2 to 6, but parents say that journey can take 40 minutes. Drivers in a hurry are making their own car parks, dangerously dodging school children.
The population has doubled in only 4 years' time, so that's definitely contributed to this madness here.
Commuters calling on council to widen Ritchie Road, build more bus stops and connect footpaths between the 2 campuses.
We're already designing the next phase of the upgrade. We know it needs to happen and we're working on it.
But the design is one thing, the delivery is the next stage where we need some support from other levels of government.
Cue a trip to Canberra, the Lord Mayor pushing for federal funding for Brisbane's growing suburbs.
We're hopeful of a positive announcement in that federal budget in May.
As wait times and frustration grows. Mel Whiteman, 7 News.
They may be off air, but controversy continues to follow Kyle and Jackie O. The Australian Communications and Media Authority has hit Kiss FM with new broadcasting rules. The media watchdog stating these additional licence conditions mean further breaches will attract strong enforcement action that was not otherwise available. Tomorrow marks the 14-day deadline Sandilands was given to remedy an alleged contract breach relating to an on-air confrontation with Jackie O. You'd be forgiven for thinking Canberra was Copenhagen as Danish flags were proudly flown in our nation's capital to welcome royalty. King Frederick and our own Queen Mary capturing hearts on a day of celebration and reflection.
At the tomb of the unknown soldier, past heroes receive royal respect. King Frederick and Queen Mary honouring Flying Officer Henry James Brock, Tasmanian-born but buried in Denmark, killed in action during World War II. Outside, a sea of red and white. Every movement captured.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
All eyes on Mary.
What was your impression? So lovely. She's the nicest girl ever.
School students beside themselves.
She was very beautiful. He said he's never going to wash his hands again, though. Yeah.
Is that true?
King Frederick gets forgotten. It was amazing. They gave so much time to everyone.
But it wasn't just Aussies eager to catch a glimpse.
Very elegant as well. Yeah, I love their outfit. Yeah, I'm buzzing to be here.
These Danish backpackers made it part of their holiday.
What do people think of Queen Mary in Denmark? Do they love her?
They love her. They love her. She's awesome. Yeah.
You haven't
received so warmly. Not yet, starting to.
King Frederick and Queen Mary have visited Canberra multiple times as a couple, but this time they bring the Danish business community with them. Representatives from 50 companies hoping to tap into the Australian market.
You have a lot to offer, you.
Focusing on green energy.
We'd love to walk hand in hand towards the sunset on that one.
Isabel Mullen.
Bye, Mary.
7 News.
The NRL's greatest try scorer has been immortalised in bronze. The Rabbitohs have unveiled a statue of Alex Johnston outside its headquarters, days after the winger broke Ken Irvine's 53-year-old record.
The majority of my footy career has been overwhelmingly positive. The support I've gotten, but along the way there's been a few fans that have on me. There's been a few coaches that have on me, the media on me, and the other pigeons on me. Let's go.
The historic try on Friday night saw thousands of fans storm the pitch. Making weight loss one of the drugs easier to access next to an Ozempic price drop. And could the jab be given to kids to fight obesity? Extreme beauty at a cost. The young men going to great length to keep up appearances. Raining on the Rock, waterfalls rush down Uluru. And how you can help unearth future dinosaur discoveries.
Fuel relief's here. This week, 7 News is giving away $20,000 worth of petrol nationwide. Jump onto 7news.com.au/free fuel now and enter tonight's code word Bowser for your chance to win a $250 voucher. And be watching tomorrow for another chance to enter.
Hello. The war in the Middle East continues to rattle global markets. The ASX slumped to a 3-month low in early trading, with miners in particular heavily sold off. And as the conflict enters a third week, the resulting inflation shock is about to inflict more pain to mortgage holders, with economists pretty well united in tipping a rate rise when the RBA meets tomorrow. And for those trying to navigate their finances through these turbulent times, ASIC is warning not to mistake an ad as advice. A new survey showing 63% of Gen Zs get their advice from social media, while 1 in 5 asks AI. The ASX 200 lost more ground today. Woodside and Santos lifted on the inflated oil price. Macquarie Bank copped a $35 million fine for misreporting millions of stock trades. The Aussie dollar buying 70 US cents.
Thanks, Tim. Well, parts of Uluru have turned into waterfalls. The heart of the Red Centre's received more than 70 millimetres of rain in the past 24 hours. It's a treat for visitors. The site so rare, those who witness it brag of joining the 1% club. Australian kids battling obesity could soon be prescribed weight loss drugs like Ozempic, with the company's CEO claiming early intervention could save lives. A new international partnership has been announced to try to tackle obesity in children across the Pacific.
Getting the royal seal of approval. A new 3-year partnership between drug maker Novo Nordisk and the Murdoch Children's Research Institute will explore how Wegovy could help children living with obesity in the Pacific.
By 2050, we project that 50 to 75% of young people there will be overweight or obese.
The CEO warns Australia faces the same crisis.
A child born in Queensland today may have a lifespan of 4 to 5 years shorter than their parents because of obesity.
Urging the government to play a bigger role in helping foster healthier lifestyles, but suggested some Australian children could benefit from the use of weight loss drugs.
If we intervene early today, before disease takes hold, we can improve health for the next generation.
What began as diabetes medicine years ago, these GLP-1 medications are quickly transforming modern healthcare. Experts say the challenge now is ensuring equal access, as they remain expensive and largely inaccessible.
As well as pushing for subsidies through the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme, the CEO today revealed price cuts are on the table and workplaces could play a part covering costs.
A healthy employee is a more productive one.
There are still concerns about side effects and long-term use, but
we introduced back in 2008 and had been doing clinical trials 15 years, 10 years before that period.
A long shot, now reality. Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
Outback Queenslanders are being encouraged to get digging. Queensland leads the nation in paleotourism, with 80% of Australia's fossils found here. And experts say we've only just scratched the surface.
If it wasn't for regional Queensland and people discovering these things in their backyard, we would have none of this.
Queensland's first Dinosaur Week runs from May 4th to 10th. Head to dinosaurexperiences.com to see how you can get involved in some citizen science. Experts are sounding the alarm over an extreme online beauty obsession. Inside the world of looks-maxing, a special report is just ahead. Plus the weird and wonderful world of these mysterious mini doors. We'll give you a glimpse behind the magic and tell you how to find them. Don't miss those stories coming up soon on 7 News. But it's sport time now, Steve. Queensland's league drought has finally been broken.
Oh, by the Dolphins, but it's come at a cost, Max. Hi, everyone. A star-studded round 2 casualty ward. Plus, Adam Reynolds cops a solid ribbing in a bid to face the Storm in Friday's grand final rematch. Plus, pull your head in. The Suns coach cracks down on his $1 million defender. Injured Broncos captain Adam Reynolds is giving himself every chance to face the Storm in Friday's grand final rematch. The halfback pushed through rib pain in a gruelling training session, Brisbane leaving no stone unturned in their bid to avoid a third straight loss.
The Broncos general did his best to hide the rib cartilage hurt he copped against Parramatta. No shielding or shirking from contact or a ribbing.
He gives me, pretty tough time just mucking around, so I know it might be my week to, have a little laugh with him.
Reynolds didn't finish the session, whether that was load management or the ribs under wraps.
We trained majority of the session today, so hopefully he can get through most of it tomorrow and he'll play if he's right to go.
Ironically, the Broncos halves went down with hamstring injuries the last time they played in Melbourne. Ahead of the grand final rematch, Ezra Mam's groin strain put through a rigorous test.
Yeah, 100%. Everything's pretty good now and, just looking forward to getting on with the season.
Mam looked restricted against the Eels, arguably a bigger targeted test awaits in Melbourne.
I'm pretty used to bigger boys running at me and, not afraid for the challenge.
Aiming to break a decade-long Broncos losing streak against his former club, Grant Anderson may get his debut, training on Dean Mariner's wing. Brendan Piakura's unrestricted running also timely, with Jack Gachetsky on a forced week off.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so we go round 3 and there's no better way to, like I said, to kickstart it than against Melbourne.
The Dolphins nursing a rib injury of their own. Tom Flegler injured in their comeback win over the Titans, set to miss Saturday's Sharks clash.
Obviously we'll need to see how that sort of pulls up through the week, but he's definitely got a sore rib there at the moment.
The Titans issue, a first-up win.
We're in the business of winning, mate, not competing hard, and so it wasn't good enough.
Some relief with Jaden Campbell due to return in Townsville on Sunday. And Kalen Ponga's facing 8 weeks on the sideline, the high-grade hamstring strain placing his Queensland origin hopes in doubt. Kieran Tui, 7 News.
We're back for another set of 6. No surprise, the highlights, Alex Johnson's record-breaking try and the spectacular scenes that followed. The low light, the Cowboys almost having 50 put on them at Leichhardt. That brings us to stocks rising. If Jerome Luai plays like that all season, the Tigers will feature in the finals. The Broncos keep plummeting, 66 points conceded. Have they already forgotten it is defence that wins premierships? Forget Madge though, it's Todd Payton who's under the pump. He desperately needs a winning fortnight at home. Melbourne Sewer Farlongo's 12-minute hat-trick was red hot, a genuine homegrown talent as well. Ezra Mann's defence was not. The Storm will send plenty of traffic his way. Warrior Tanner Boyd's topped both our leaderboards this week. Harry Grant's close behind. DCE and the Hammer outstanding too. Now I'm predicting the Broncos to bounce back in Friday's grand final rematch. And don't forget mine and Gilly's tips on the 7 News Facebook and YouTube pages every Wednesday.
Thanks, Webby. And tonight, don't miss the Agenda Setters Rugby League on 7 Mate and 7 Plus from 7:30. Damien Hardwick has had enough of Mac Andrews' volatile style, telling the $1 million son to pull his head in. While the coach was thrilled with another 50-plus scoreline, he wasn't so pleased with Mac's latest 50-metre penalty. It summed up a down night for the Boom defender, who gave away 3 free kicks to a well-beaten West Coast.
But at times he's got to, like me, pull his head in. I can handle it, but he overstepped the mark tonight, and he knows that. I'm there to support him. You know, Jesus, you look at my tape, it was just as bad as his, worse sort of thing. So he will eventually grow out of it.
The Suns' next target should be a third walkover when they play Richmond at the MCG on Saturday. Steph Catley and Hayley Rasso are both available for the Matildas Asian Cup semi-final against China in Perth tomorrow night. The pair has passed concussion tests, but coach Joe Montemuro is giving nothing away.
They've cleared all the relative protocols and are in the squad for tomorrow night. Yep.
What sort of chance are they of playing?
Wait and see.
Yeah, the final is at Stadium Australia on Saturday night. F1's new regulations are terrible and the racing's a joke. That's the blunt assessment by 4-time world champ Max Verstappen, who says the sport is now like Mario Kart. McLaren has blamed power unit supplier Mercedes for Oscar Piastri and world champ Lando Norris failing to make it to the start line in Shanghai with electrical issues.
Different to Lando's, so yeah, just very unfortunate to both have issues.
Of course, frustrating to come such a long way, put in a lot of effort, not just for me, but the whole team.
Mad Max retired with a cooling issue. The drama overshadowed a historic win for 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli, who became the second youngest winner in F1. Mario Kart, you and I were pretty good at that, Max.
I think it all to the grid, mate, to the starting grid. Come on.
Might have got it right. Good on you, mate.
All right, thanks, mate. A new online movement is taking the internet by storm. Looks maxing is one of the strangest phenomenons your kids are seeing, preaching extreme body modifications. The influencers leading the movement say they're spreading positivity, but some experts disagree.
For looks maxers, appearances actually are everything.
You should take accountability for your deficits.
Amplified to a predominantly male fan base aged anywhere between teenagers and mid-30s, it's an online movement adamant your entire life is predetermined by looks alone.
I saw an immense improvement in how I was respected amongst peers. Getting interest from other women.
Status achieved by altering their appearance, looks maxers preach simple things like skincare routines to more extreme measures of surgeries, smoking meth to stay skinny, or peptide usage, recently warned against by Australia's Therapeutic Goods Administration. A unique method is called bone smashing.
And you just do that for about a few minutes each day on the parts of your face where you want the bone to respond and adapt and grow bigger.
It's apparently working. They claim they've gone from this to this in just a few years. Eve St. James Aquino is a philosopher at the University of Wollongong, writing a thesis on ugliness. He explains looks maxing is more about control of your own life.
The idea that beauty, attractiveness, and your body is malleable, I think that's what attracts people.
The idea of body modification is nothing new, particularly normalised for women.
Parents should be aware that it's not just with their daughters that they need to speak to, they might need to speak to their sons as well.
I'm just improving myself, as somebody who goes to work every day or seeking for a job insecure as well.
And achieving this look can be a pain. Rex Quayle, 7 News.
And to see the full interview with the Looks Maxer, head to 7news.com.au. There's also more from the experts and help groups. The magical world of Brisbane's tiny doors. Who's behind them and where they're hidden? Don't miss Sunnyside with Sam next.
And there's more than a tiny chance of a cyclone in the tropics later this week. I'll have the latest up north, plus what we can expect in the southeast. That's next.
On 7 News, war shockwaves hitting your wallet, global markets swinging, petrol prices surging. Now the Reserve Bank faces a crucial call.
What the decision means for your mortgage, your rent and the cost of living here at home.
Plus, win your share of free fuel. 7 News, tomorrow.
Good evening, Queensland. Let's check your weather now, and it's starting to feel more and more like autumn at the moment. Mostly cloudy skies, breezy on the coast, but still warm without that oppressive humidity of summer. This shot looking across the Story Bridge and Brisbane CBD early this afternoon. Still the odd passing shower on the radar. 19 overnight, up to 28 degrees in Brisbane, with Toowoomba cooler on 25. Across Queensland, Innisfail and Mossman managed to rustle up rain totals over 100 millimetres in that 24 hours, up to 9 a.m. Then it has been quieter during the daytime. Cloud continues to swirl around a low pressure system which is currently about 1,400 kilometres off the coast. We'll need to watch that low. It's likely to hit the coast north of Cooktown on Thursday or Friday. The Bureau have given it a 60% chance of becoming a weak tropical cyclone before it does so. Either way, it's likely to bring a burst of heavy rain to Cape York Peninsula and also down towards Cairns and the North Tropical Coast for a day or two as it moves close. The winds on the coast will depend on how strong that system is. Across the nation tomorrow, once again, Perth bumping up into the mid-30s under sunny skies and a couple of morning showers on the way for Melbourne. Back to northern Queensland, mostly cloudy with a couple of passing showers for all of the east coast centres here. And if you're in Cairns and on that north tropical coast, keep an eye out for a bump in wind and rain on Thursday and Friday. Over southern districts, also plenty of cloud across the board, but not as active on that shower front. Just a sprinkle most likely in Rockhampton, a forecast top of 30 degrees. In the southeast for your Tuesday, expect more grey sky than blue, but it should be dry most places most of the time. 29 degrees on the Gold Coast. Across the suburbs, also warm but not too muggy. Oxley, Chermside and North Lakes could all just crack that 30-degree mark. Boaties, light winds on Moreton Bay, easterlies up to 15 knots early, then dipping below 10 knots from mid-morning. So in Brisbane, for St Patrick's Day, mostly cloudy skies with the odd peak of blue in there, 20 up to a top of 29 degrees. And looking further ahead, much the same on Wednesday, then the chance of a shower starts to increase a little bit from Thursday and a little bit cooler on 27. In Ipswich, the odd shower also returning from Thursday onwards, but they should be few and far between for a start at least. On the Gold Coast, showers could be a little bit more frequent from Thursday, but should ease back a little bit on Friday and Saturday before another bump on Sunday. As usual, the Sunshine Coast will get the most rain out of the southeast in the next week or so. A few showers developing from Thursday with a peak around next Sunday and Monday. And Max Steve will need to keep an eye on the tropics for a few days to come. It seems like I'm on repeat.
Oh, will do. All right, thanks for that, Tony. Now it's time for Sunnyside. Here's Sam.
Tonight on Sunnyside, the tiny doors captivating the city as we unveil the newest addition to Brisbane streets. They're the tiny doors that are a huge hit, young and old, enchanted by the miniature art exhibition dotted across Brisbane.
I put up one about 8 years ago and
Burnett Lane. I just didn't tell anyone, I just put it up there, just for my own amusement.
They usually pop up secretly overnight, but for the first time, a glimpse behind the magic as artist Mace Robertson's 13th installation finds its permanent place.
It's made in the hacienda style. It's got a little cactus out front. I think it's one of my better ones.
Commissioned by Comuna Cantina, this one is set to become Creek Street's newest tourist attraction. So loved, the hardest part is making them durable.
The trick is with the doors that they have to be made exceptionally tough because of the weather, the Australian sun, the rain. People knocking on them, so they have to be made really tough.
Mace's Instagram page, Spiral Dreaming, now features a map where all the tiny doors can be found. He's got more petite portals in the pipeline.
I've got a short list of my own personal favourites that I haven't made yet, so there's a lot of exciting ones there when I get time.
New secrets to unlock.
And we love hearing from you, so keep sending in those good news stories. Email us at sunnyside@7.com.au. That's all from us this Monday. Thanks for your company. From all the team, have a good night.